Hey, Nation, still at IT Nation 2023 in Orlando. That's a whole nother podcast and a whole nother blog. But I am with Mike Psenka from Moovila. Moovila, I kind of like that name. So, what do you do? What's your story?
Sure, thanks, and thanks for having me. I appreciate it. We have an autonomous project and work management platform. Right?
I like project management.
Yeah, I think you've got a fair bit of experience in that arena. Yeah, the world didn't need another one, honestly, unless it did something different. When we founded it, you couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a project management platform. Yeah. It's a really old industry, but we saw a real opportunity to bring AI and automation into that. We knew it was going to take a long time to do that development and that R&D work to bring it up to sort of the table stakes of what people need in project management. And we're here at this conference. It's been a great conference because there's a lot of pain in the MSP space around project management and how the contaminated data in projects is really damaging their business intelligence and how they can grow and manage their business.
What's your project management paradigm? And let me set the table. Before we went online, you and I were talking about, I do have an academic background where I studied project management. And that was back in the old CPM and PERT days. And I still dream that stuff.
Yep.
I actually prefer more of the, Scrum.
The Agile.
Where you kind of move the yellow stickies across from left to right. I actually like that better because I don't need the sophistication of resource balancing to build the Trans-Alaska pipeline. Right. It's just not that hard. What's your paradigm?
So we actually have a platform that accommodates both, and we have a lot of customers that will manage both in a hybrid model. And I don't know that a lot of folks here would need that, but we have customers that do full PERT analysis. So when you think about sort of a feature set of robustness and sophistication, you think about an Oracle Primavera or Microsoft Project, which has
Primavera, my God.
Not super user friendly, but it does. So we sort of have all of that functionality, but wrap that in sort of like an Apple Easy interface, right? So it's a very simple to use, easy GUI, but the other reason why all that functionality works is we automate a lot of it with AI. So the actual user of the software doesn't need to know all those. It's almost like they're sort of, as one customer said, putting on an Iron Man suit. It really sort of up-levels all of their accidental project managers or their citizen PMs that aren't formally trained PMPs, and all of a sudden, this technology sort of elevates their performance so they can manage accurate schedules, process, update those, they can recast, forecast, get their resource analysis, and it's actually accurate and right, and it sort of points out how they can construct plans that have integrity from the start.
And is this your view of the world that this is strictly for MSPs for their internal entity, or can they provide project management services to their SMB clients?
So it's both, actually. Okay. And it was really funny because when we came into this market, we were directly marketing to the MSPs, and this is sort of this is a very important market to us. We're also in manufacturing, finance, retail.
There are other verticals.
Yeah, there are other verticals, and our technology is actually OEM by a leader, Komatsu in the construction industry for construction management. But several of these MSPs and SMBs came to us and said, look, we want to use this to manage customers and clients and create a new service for that. Just like they manage nodes and process. One of the best ways to think about our technology and the way they saw it was it's sort of like RMM for projects. So, RMM, you went out and you were doing and managing, it increased span of control, right? An engineer could now manage remotely. Yeah. It could identify problems earlier, so you could resolve those problems with less cost, less risk, and then it monitored 24/7. And so we've got the first platform in the world that does this autonomous monitoring, 24/7 remediation, diagnostics, guided, and it's supervised, right? So it's not completely hands-off. So the PMs and the organizations still have decisioning rights, but the software curates all of that information and guides them through that remediation, update, and recasting very, very quickly. Yeah. It's sort of click speed to get that done. Something that normally would take them hours of reconciliation process happens in a click. And the reality is it happens a hell of a lot more accurately than it would ever happen if they had to do it manually, because no one wants to do calendar math. It's not fun. No one wants to check schedules and send emails and check availability and send out new notifications. Having that automated means they can focus on qualitative work and not the mind-numbing, painful fact-checking about availability and is this data right, and what about the projects we have, what about in our pipeline, what about that stuff that we've got coming, and they just can never get an accurate picture.
Yeah. Let's talk about your company. You startup, or how old are you?
So 2016 was actually started incubating even before 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. So the technology is mature and proven, but it did take, like I said, it took a long time, because you think about project management software, and this has been around for decades and decades and decades. You can't roll out a new, just like if someone were to put out a new car in 1920 versus today, you might have the best engine in the world in that car, but if you don't have air-conditioned leather seats, a massive number of features, I'm not going to buy your car. I get it, you got the fastest engine in the world and the most fuel efficient, but you don't have air conditioning, you don't have a stereo. All that other functionality that people expect and need in work and project management has to be there. So we had innovative technology, but we had to make sure that all of the things that experienced and inexperienced PMs would need in that feature set, and that's not trivial. Like I said, these tools have been around a long time, and hundreds of millions of dollars have gone into developing all of those platforms over decades. So that was a big part of our journey and our cycle. We knew when we got into this space, we were going to have to do a lot of work to get those table stakes before they could see the real sizzle in the automation.
Now, are you investor back, or have you just been doing this organically?
So I funded the business in the very beginning.
Okay.
And then we've got, closely held investors have come in on this.
Okay.
So it's not a venture-backed fund. I've sort of issued venture capital because we haven't needed it, and because of past success and what we've done in the past, we've been successful. We're a profitable business and growing, so we're excited about the path.
Well, yeah, and it's no longer your company. You take that
You're
investor
right.
money. You
That's
just
exactly
lost your
right.
company.
That's
man.
exactly
Maybe
right.
your job.
That's exactly right. And that's what I said. So I'm so grateful for the other folks that have invested too in that process, because in the early part of it, I told them, I go, you got to believe in us and be patient in this process. We know that we have the most advanced technology in the world. The question is the market ready for it? And we didn't know that at the time. Years ago, I said, hey, this could be 6 months. It could be 6 years. It could be 16 years. This has to happen. The world has to evolve from managing work to programming work. The question is, are they ready, right? Is it an Apple Newton or is it an Apple iPad, right? Is the market ready for it?
That's a good point. What's next in 24? So you're at the IT Nation show here in late 23. What's up in 24 then? Maybe hitting some more industry events and
that's right,
meeting more MSPs?
Yeah, we'll be going. All the MSP space is critical to us, so we'll be going to all the other major events and process, as well as the other. And we go to a lot of user groups and communities as well. We love this group and community because they're really smart. They're very technical. In other industries, and some of the other industries we're in, and the users maybe don't geek out on the tech as much. These guys love geeking out on tech, and we have a very engineered, geeky, techie kind of solution to a painful problem. So they get it, which is great for us because it's super easy to sort of talk to them. They see the value proposition and go, yep, get it, that's our problem. We understand why you guys solve this painful problem and no one else can. So we love this space.
Well, I appreciate your time. We're gonna keep tracking you.
Cool. Thanks so much. Appreciate the time.